Hi, Mike Almeida with F3 Performance Group. Today, I want to talk to you about how to lead with integrity. When you're in an organization, an environment, and you're in a leadership position, it's always important that you establish expectations up front, especially with business, even in your personal relationships. And the reason I say that is because this will save you from many potential problems in the future. Now, you may ask yourself, why is that? The reality is, when you have the ability to establish expectations up front, it gives you a true opportunity to lead with integrity. You can cast your vision to your team, to your family, in a way that represents your character and also your brand. And so, if you connect with people and people connect with your vision, you're going to have a better shot of connecting with them, and they're going to have a better shot of connecting with you. Therefore, it's really crucial to ensure that when you do this, ethics are painted into your vision. And so here are 3 simple ways that you could start leading with integrity today. Number 1, expect from your team what they would expect from you yourself. This is where you create the do as I do philosophy rather than the do as I say. Now, if others are able to see that you're leading by example, it's a relatively easy thing for them to do the same. Why? Because you're going to build credibility and respect with them in a quick fashion. And so people will follow you if they know that you're not only telling them what to do, but you are walking with them or running with them in what you're asking them to do. Number 2, own up to your mistakes. I cannot express how important this is. This is probably one of the most important aspects about leading with integrity, because it shows you're willing to humble yourself in the face of a mistake. It shows that when you're in error, you ultimately take responsibility for the mistake and you admit it. And your team is going to respect you more when you own up to this. And they're going to work harder to see the company succeed. And I say that because you, as the leader, are where they're taking their commands from. And if they can see that you were very quick to say, you know what, guys, I screwed up, that is going to empower them to say, you know what, if my boss is able to do it, I'm willing to do it too. And finally, number 3 is to do the right thing always. Opportunities are going to be always around you. And there are going to be times where you have a decision to make. And a decision could consist of taking the harder right over the easier wrong. And even in those situations, you might be the only person that's around. And so no matter what the circumstances, no matter where you are, what conditions exist, you must always choose the hard right over the easier wrong. And over time, this is going to develop into a good habit. And so when you have a habit developed, it's usually hard to break. And so these are one of those habits that you truly want to incorporate into your own well-being. I'll tell you a story. When I was in the military, we were doing this operation preparing for a deployment, and I was a communications officer, and my battalion commander was preparing for a battle, a simulated battle, and he needed to be able to talk on the field. And so one of the higher executives in the organization, the brigade, suggested that he use this aerial retrans system to help communicate across the battlefield. It had never been tested before, but there was an assurance there that this is going to work. And I really fought my grounds. I had to push back on my battalion commander and the leadership that outranked me and tell them, listen, guys, I want to support you and I want to do everything that I can possible. I cannot look you in the eye and tell you that is going to work. But what I can tell you is that these systems right here that I do know that have been tested, if you put them in these locations, they will work. And reluctantly, my battalion commander went with my recommendation. And lo and behold, after 8 hours of the day, he comes back in tired and he says, hey, Mike, can I talk to you for a second? And he came up to me and says, I just want to tell you something. I apologize for doubting you. I apologize for pushing back so hard on you, because the reality is, as soon as the battle started, those birds went out. And if it hadn't been for your plan and what you recommended, we wouldn't have had a success in the mission. So I just want to tell you that I'm admitting that I was wrong and that you were right, and I appreciate you for pushing back on me. And I'll tell you, in that moment, as a young captain, it made me feel really good inside because my battalion commander, who was a lieutenant colonel, came up to me. He didn't have to because it's his battalion, but he came up to me and he admitted that he was wrong and he apologized and he led with that integrity. And that truly opened up my eyes to the type of leader he was, and that made me recognize in that moment that that's the type of leader that I want to be. So in summary, everybody always wants to be around a like-minded person. Like-minded people that are cut from the same cloth. And so when you lead with integrity, you'll always ensure that your inner circle, the people that you surround yourself with the most, care about three major important things, and that's ethics, accountability, and ownership. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Check back for more at F3 Performance Group. Have a great day.